Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are making chuletas rancheras. I have 3 pork chops here and I like to get the ones that have a little bit of the bone in them. I just feel like the meat ends up being a little tender, and I do have a little bit of oil warming up here in my pan. So today we're going to go with very easy basic seasonings. We're going to do salt. I'm going to do some black ground pepper, and I'm also going to add some garlic flakes. You can use garlic powder if that's what you have available. And I'm only doing one side here. Once I get them in the pan, I'm going to go ahead and add the exact same amount of seasoning on the other side. I have my pan here at about medium heat. You don't want to cook these very high because they won't cook all the way through. They'll just kind of burn on the bottom. So make sure you cook them on medium so the meat ends up nice and tender. So here I have 2 tomatoes, and I'm going to make up half of an onion with the piece that I have. And I also have 2 pickled jalapenos. Keep an eye on these to make sure that you're flipping them. I actually flip them about 2 times so that way they cook slowly, but then you are able to get some of that seasoning kind of encrusted on the outside of the pork chop. I really, really love that flavor. All right, so here I've chopped up my 2 tomatoes and the equivalent of half of an onion. Once these babies are nice and cooked, you can see all of that flavor. You got a little bit of crust around the edges. They're going to be so delicious. Go ahead and pull them out of the heat source. And what you're going to do here is just kind of let them sit there, let them rest for just a minute. In the same pan that has all of the flavor already, I'm going to add another 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm going to saute my onion and my tomatoes. Get those cooking. I still have my pan on medium heat. So these are going to cook, saute slowly as well. To that, I'm going to add my 2 pickled jalapenos. I chopped them up in little rounds. And to that, I'm going to add the rest of the pickled juice, which kind of adds up to about 2 tablespoons or so. Now here, I want to go ahead and season my veggies as well. So I'm going to do the exact same seasonings I did: salt, pepper, and garlic flakes. That's just kind of going to give everything else flavor, and not just the pork chops. You want those vegetables to be infused with some seasoning as well. You can see as this is simmering, the juice of the tomato kind of starts releasing, and that's just going to give you a nice little sauce. I personally love my pork chops to be a little more saucy. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of chicken bouillon to this mix here, because I'm also going to go in with half of a cup of water. So that chicken bouillon is kind of going to season a little bit of that water that I'm going to be adding right here to get a little more saucy, but so that you have that punch of flavor as well. So mix, 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 get all of the seasonings incorporated with the water and the vegetables, and this is simmering nicely. You want it to simmer for about 2 minutes so that everything gets nice and fully tender. Look at how beautiful that veggie mix looks. So here, we're just about done. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my very delicious, tender, seasoned pork chops. And I'm just kind of making room in the pot. I'm scooting everything over to one end so that I can fit another chop. And then I add some of the vegetables on top of the pork chop. That just kind of, the vegetables start releasing some of the little juices and flavors over the pork chop, and then it's sitting on a bed of flavor already. So this is going to be delicious. So here we go. I'm just going to cover them up and add some of the sauce right on top. And the next thing I'm going to do here is turn my heat all the way down to low. As you can see, it's not roaring anymore. The heat isn't too high, and I'm going to add a bunch of cilantro and cover it up. And I might have gone back and added an extra handful because I love Love, love, love cilantro. So you're gonna let this kind of sit in low heat for about 2 minutes while the cilantro kind of wilts and releases its flavor. And then go ahead and turn the heat source off, and it's ready to serve after that. So I like to eat this with Mexican rice. So I do have a little bit of that on my plate. And I'm gonna add one pork chop with the vegetables already on top of it. And this is the best part here, guys, the juice. This nice juicy flavor that you're gonna kind of drizzle all over your pork chop. It'll flavor it even more. It'll keep it nice and tender and juicy. So when you cut into it, you can kind of just mush it all into that juice and it'll be bomb. So here you guys have it. These are my chuletas rancheras, which is pretty much the Spanish version of pork chops with amazingness all over the top. And you can eat it with tortillas if you would like as well. Here is the final dish, guys. I do eat it with rice. Sometimes we add tortillas if you kind of want to chop up the pork chop and put it in a taco. Eat it however your little heart desires. It is delicious. It is flavorful. Like I said, nice and meaty, juicy pork chop with tons of veggies and just a tiny bit of a kick with those jalapenos and that pickled juice that we added. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share this video so your friends can see it too. And I really appreciate your support. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Give it a try. If you do, leave a comment. Let me know how you loved it. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. Bye. I'll talk to you guys later.